And now we turn to our next guest. She's teaching people how to live happier, less stressful lives. She teaches the science of happiness.
As a former teacher and school leader turned happiness coach and international speaker, she inspires audiences to unlock their full potential and live happier lives, both personally and professionally. Let's welcome to the stage, Kim Strobel.
She just has this contagious energy for life, and you think as a happiness coach it just comes naturally and more easily for her, and she explains that it doesn't. She suffered too. Listening to Kim she's just magnetic.
I've studied the topics of happiness and well-being for the last 20 years. When you learn to prioritize your happiness and well-being, you'll see a different person showing up for work. You'll see a different person showing up in your home life, your parenting life, your partner life. When you learn to cultivate the happiness habits, you change your life. Where I think the happiness research gets really exciting is that if 50% of our long-term happiness is genetic, 10% is our external circumstances, that leaves 40% of the pie. And what I know is that as human beings, we have the ability to increase our happiness levels by up to 40%. When we can teach you to rewire your brain towards positive more than negative, neutral, or stressed, that's when employees become more productive, more engaged, more resilient, more vital, and they feel better, not just in their careers, but in the other areas of their lives. But it means you have to prioritize your happiness.
My life began a downward trajectory where I suffered for years with great darkness and a debilitating anxiety disorder that derailed my ambitious dreams and goals. It got to the point where every 30 minutes of every day was a fight for my life. But sometimes you get the opportunity to take your pain and turn it into your purpose. And for me, when I went through that darkness and that suffering, it became a defining moment where I learned that I could take different actions and start getting different results. I began a 30-year study where I learned everything I could about playing and winning at life from the inside out. I learned to rewire my brain, invest in my personal mastery, and change every area of my life to get life-changing results. And this is the method I now teach others.
Research says that when we get your brain to positive versus negative, neutral, or stressed, you are 31% more productive at your job. Employees are 10 times more engaged in their job, and they are 3 times more creative. This is why happiness and well-being, both in our workplaces but in our personal lives, is coming to the forefront. One of the most influential people in my life. It's my 100-year-old grandmother, Serena. For the last 24 years, I've had a standing Friday lunch date where this woman impacted me in such positive ways. Her life growing up and even her adult life was full of struggles and adversities and hardships. That woman showed me over and over again that it's the lens through which you view your world that matters most. She taught me that my happiness and well-being matter. Yours does too.
If you want a speaker who is engaging, funny, and thought-provoking, then you want to talk to Kim. We all want to be happy, but we know that there are boundaries and things that are hindering it. She has broken it down and not only explained it, but also giving you solutions and ideas on how you can build that happiness back up into your life.
Kim Strobel has what it takes, because the moment she steps out onto the stage, she has the audience in her hand with energy that is just contagious and infectious. But at the same time, she also digs into the triumphs that she's had, but then also the not so good moments. And it's that kind of vulnerability that when we are in an audience and we get a chance to see someone like that, that we realize that, you know what, we all go through things.
If we want to succeed in our lives, if we want to feel good in our work lives, and we want to feel good in all the other important areas of our lives, like we want to feel good from the inside out a whole lot of the time, then we've got to learn to prioritize our happiness and well-being. We've got to begin to cultivate the happiness habits that then lead to you feeling and experiencing success and goodness in every area of our lives. But it means you have to begin to implement the actions, behaviors, and take control of the thoughts so that you get those life-changing results.